All right, so on this objection, you're going to see the full recording down below. We ran into a situation where everything we said kind of sounded correct. Everything we said kind of sounded like it would be a good fit. But like you guys will run into a lot in your coaching programs and agencies, we didn't differentiate ourselves in the presentation phase and discovery yet. So when we got to the point where it was time to start thinking about making a decision, these two people, Dan and Dave, had trust issues. They're saying, you know, everything sounds great, but it sounds just the same. I'm getting burned out. We've done programs before in agency space. We've run into this a lot. We're like, we've used marketers before, man. We've had these kind of promises before. What makes you different? What makes this different? And so I'll show you what we did, but first let's take a listen to that spot of it.
You don't have to. You're pretty clear. You're pretty clear. It's just like, and I have, if I see, another course, I might die.
I understand, man. I get it.
But no, it's totally cool. Yeah, basically, it seems like most programs that we've been looking at lately are all pretty similar. Everybody's kind of taking everything that works and putting it in one place. We're doing the exact same thing for our clients. So I feel like I'm to be perfectly honest, man, little like just numb to the whole process, to the sales call, to these meetings. Like I'm waiting to hear something really, really exciting. And all of this sounds great, but it sounds so much like everything I've heard lately.
I mean, look, and so you guys can see here before you get to my response, right? You can see the tonality is just one of defeat, right? They're just like, we need a solution, but nothing is standing out. Everything sounds the same. Like what's the differentiator here between you and some other people? Now, keep in mind at this point, they've seen testimonials of ours. They know that we're good at what we do, but they still need that extra push. And this is where I come across a lot of guys when I talk to you guys in the classes and stuff, where I'm saying, use a story, right? Use a metaphor, something that can get the point across in a different way, something that can allow us to differentiate. And that's what I did here. And so I'll let you guys listen to it real quick.
The main differentiator, and I always tell this through a lens of two people going to a gym, right? So there's two people going to the gym, and you guys know the one idiot who wanders around from piece of equipment to piece of equipment. He's doing his legs, he's doing his chest, he stares at his phone, and then he fucks off, right? And then there's the other guy that goes into the gym. One of these people creates the body of his dreams, and the other person stays exactly where he is, and they spend the same amount of time in the gym. They use the same fucking equipment. They go there the same time every day. The difference is one of those people has a trainer that's actually gives a shit and shows them how to use the equipment, and the other person is just wandering around by themselves like an idiot, right? Mm-hmm. So when I say like, yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of us doing kind of similar stuff. There's the stuff that we're doing that they're not doing. There's probably the other way around too. But the differentiator here is that me and Rahul are still 100% in the course, and we don't pass shit off. And the shit that we're doing with and for you is done directly from us. The second part of that is we give you direct 24/7 access in like 5 different ways. So like there's actually a private accountability chat with me, and then our head accountability coach, where just you guys and us get in there to talk all the time to make sure the shit's working. So it's not so much like here's a couple calls a week and they're probably with other people than us, and maybe you'll talk to me once a month. It's like we're on calls 7 days a week. You have one-on-one availability, and you get an accountability chat and private access to us to talk to. So realistically, I mean, to me, that's the thing that makes the difference is you have that direct access to the people who have used this shit for like a decade plus, still use it now, and can provide insight when things don't go perfectly. Because that's one thing I'm hearing you guys say, like, yeah, you work with a couple other people that know what they're doing, but when shit doesn't go correctly, it doesn't sound like you had access to the person that could tell you, well, what the fuck do I do when this doesn't work right up the gate exactly how it used to work right up the gate, right? You need the person to be able to steer the ship, because all the templates in the world that used to work aren't always going to work in every situation. You need the insight from the person who could actually adjust them.
That is true.
And so you can see here what I did was twofold. right? I understood that if I just spout off all of the stuff that we do again at this point, he's just going to be like, yeah, again, that just sounds like everybody else. So in order to get the close, I have to handle that objection first, which is what makes us different. And I did it by doing two things. One, I looped through a metaphor story, a metaphor of two people going to the same gym using the same equipment. One wins, one doesn't. And the difference is one has a trainer, a coach showing them how to use the equipment and the other doesn't. Getting them to understand that you can have the same shit in two different places and one will work and one won't, because one has a person that shows up and provides you insight. Then I went into explaining, again, I looped the presentation to handle that objection, looped the presentation to be specific to it, saying, okay, me and Rahul are here to give you insight to make it work when it doesn't. And that got him at the end to be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's how we accomplish that goal. And so by handling that objection, we were able to close these guys. And again, high ticket program, you guys know what that's all about. And we were able to bring that home. And so specifically here, which is going to be something that you guys run into a lot for high ticket objections, is you are going to run into, even if people like your shit, they're going to have been burned in the past by different agencies or different coaches. They're going to have a situation where they want to say, what is the difference? And even if you do have a very similar product to the other people, so the product might not be unique and different as much as you want it to be, or at least in a way that you can articulate, having a metaphor like this, like the one I just said, can be super helpful to allowing you to progress to that next level. Cut out there for a second, but what I want to make sure you guys understand is how to differentiate yourself, how to loop like that. All right, this objection was handled. We were able to close this high ticket deal after a little bit more back and forth. A little bit more negotiating and bringing it home, primarily on the back of saying, hey, I'm hearing you. You've done this before, and this is the thing that makes us different. And here's a story, a metaphor that allows me to loop you to be able to actually bring home the close and handle that objection. Because you guys are going to run into this a lot, differentiator objections. A lot of people, both for coaches and agencies, the two people that are going to be watching this, there's a lot of years now of a lot of marketing agencies, a lot of coaches. You're going to have to learn to tell stories, to metaphor your way through things, and to loop presentations in a way, just like you just saw me do there, with confidence and good tonality to be able to handle that. So hopefully this was helpful, guys. Watch out for the cheat sheet for these objections down below as well. I'm going to shoot a few more of these, and you'll see some from me, from Rahul. And I can't wait to get some more shit done, help you handle a few more objections and make some money. See you on the next one.